Hi Aries, welcome to 8 of Cups Tarot and welcome to your cards for August. I'm just going to get into these because these are pretty fantastic. This is one of the best readings that I've seen in a long time, and I'm starting to pick up some really positive readings, which is odd because it's a time of chaos, right? August is probably going to feel really chaotic. And yet it's sort of like our inner life is becoming more peaceful, or we're finding a way to seek that peace in the midst of the chaos. For you, Aries, certainly there's no doubt as Mars is moving through your sign in its home that you are in for some pretty intense change. And the squares that it makes to your 10th house, there's a lot of Taurus action as well this month. It's really an opening. It's an opening for you to, it's leading you to take those next major steps in your life. But yet there's still a little bit that we have to do, a little bit of work that we have to go through on our own. However, there are things or people in your life that will kind of provoke this inner healing. Your overall energy for the month is 6 of Cups. This could certainly represent an energy of having to look at our past a little bit, dealing with our past. It could also represent a connection coming in. Maybe you've recently met somebody, and it might feel as though it's a very fated, I hate to use a cheesy term of soulmate, but it's a soulmate energy. It's somebody you feel like you've known before, that kind of a connection. The first two cards out is the Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. If you could just take a moment to feel the power that is in these two cards. It is a very spiritual journey that I feel like you're entering at this time. I think you're in a place where you're starting to understand your intuition. I think you know that major changes are coming. Even though you have the ambition and the drive to make changes in your life, these are kind of the changes that are dependent on other people. And for months now, I've been telling everybody, try not to be clingy in relationships. You have to learn a healthy form of detachment. If you are relying on others at this time, there may be rough roads ahead, because ultimately we're learning to be on our own, independent, our own mothers, our own fathers. That's kind of what this journey is about. Collectively, you say that you see it playing out, where we're looking to our government, we're looking to higher sources that we felt were in charge for answers. And for the first time, we're not getting what we need. We're not getting what we expected. And so without that chaos, without, the wisdom and the guidance and the leadership, however, it's Leo season and things are changing a little bit. Mars is getting ready to move retrograde, and we are in the very first steps of major change, collectively and personally. And for you, Aries, there is just simply no avoiding it. So with the High Priestess energy, I think that you are in your spiritual higher being. You're listening to your intuition. You're seeing the signs. It may be a time where things aren't so obvious. Things aren't fact-based. And Leo season is a time when we kind of have to come from the heart. As well, Venus gets out of Gemini and moves into Cancer. And again, there's a softness to this energy. There's a cracking open. There's an allowing for ourselves to be healed, to see the lighter side of things, the more loving side of the universe. Wheel of Fortune is your card of change. So whatever has been a struggle for, we're talking about long cycles here. It could have been 12 years. It could have been 20 years. It could have been 5 years. We're on all different cycles. But I feel like this has been a struggle for some time. And suddenly, maybe not so suddenly, but all of the sudden, something enters your life and begins to give you a different perspective, a hope within you. It's also an energy where we reconnect to the things that maybe we didn't think were possible. Maybe the dreams that we had forgotten, when life hardens you and you have to focus on paying the bills, keeping up with the job, doing what's right for your family, and you start to lose these dreams that you had, this person that you were before all of the responsibility, the person you would be if you weren't so exhausted. And there's a reconnection to that person. There's a reconnection to those dreams, to those emotions that you maybe stopped believing in. High Priestess card comes on top of your first moon card, which is a new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. If you are questioning whatever it is that's coming in for you, the universe is letting you know in all sorts of ways with that High Priestess that you are safe. You are in a situation that you can trust, and that simply stated, you can trust yourself. If you take the time to go within, if you take the time to follow your gut, listen to your heart, you will simply know the answers. It's not in your head. This is not a logical time of year. You will see that play out because as raw as people are, and sometimes it comes across as anger, and we're seeing the anger and the violence, just as much it can come through as passion, as hope, determination for the future. New moon in Cancer is a protective energy. And so, on one hand, the universe is protecting you. And so, I'm not saying that anyone you meet or anyone you've recently met is going to be the one. But if you feel in your gut and you feel in your heart that this is safe and you want to explore it more, I think the universe wants you to have faith, to trust that gut feeling that you have. The Wheel of Fortune comes out above your first Spirit card, which is that of the Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. There is a divine plan here. And with that Six of Cups, it's a really strong feeling that whatever this is coming in is meant to be. It was meant to come to you at a certain time in your life after a certain amount of lessons, of cycles that you've lived through, a certain amount of disappointments that lead you to everything that you've ever wanted. And the Koala Spirit says, you can trust this. There's loyalty, there is friendship, there is commitment, there is nurturing. This is a safe place. This is a safe person. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that this is a new feeling for you. You might be a little bit out of your element here as your heart begins to open, as you begin to soften, Aries, as you are being pulled to open up in new ways to someone or something or this new idea. It may not be easy. It could be actually quite frightening. We might have to tear down a lot of walls. But the universe is going to guide you. They're going to confirm. If you are feeling insecure, if you are having doubts kind of creep into your mind, feel free to ask. Ask Spirit for a sign. Ask Spirit for help. And endless messages will come to you. You have so much support at this time. The next two set of cards was the Ace of Cups and the Lovers. This is a new beginning in love. It is an offer of love, a declaration of love. There's a lot of love here. The Lovers is the ultimate connection, right? The twin flame energy. And I don't like the term twin flame because I think it's associated with a lot of toxic behavior. But simply stating that whatever you're meeting at this time, whatever's entering your life, is an integral part of your purpose and your path in this lifetime. It's a partner. It's a soulmate. It's somebody who's meant to come in to teach you some pretty big lessons. Underneath those two cards, those two beautiful cards of this opportunity of love, is the card of clarity, the Angel of Clarity, card number 5. To me, Aries, it looks like you have a beautiful thing being served to you on a silver platter. And Aries is sort of like, I don't trust it. There's something in you that isn't willing to see this for what it is. There's a block. There is a fear. There might be a sense of urgency where you feel like you need clarity. You know, when you're in the beginning stages of love, which also comes out in another one of your oracle cards, which is community. When you're just getting to know somebody, there's a sense of feeling like you could do or say something the wrong way and everything's going to fall apart. You know, there's the vulnerability there. And it's getting to know each other, including getting to know the flaws in one another. And one of the things that might come up is that you may feel like you need constant assurance. Is this what I really think it is? Do they feel the same way? But you may be afraid to ask. It may seem awkward. This could just be, you know, not wanting to text too often because you want to play it cool, and yet this person is constantly on your mind and you're thinking of them all the time and you want to tell them so many things throughout the day. And it's kind of that mental game that you play with yourself. And that could be a struggle. And the universe is saying, be yourself, be authentic. There's a purpose for this connection. And so if you text a little too often, or you aren't so good at playing it cool, it's still going to be okay. It's meant for you. You probably can't screw this up, not simply by doing those things. This is a point in your month where you have to really trust yourself. You have to be in that high priestess energy. You have to trust the universe. Now, your challenge card this month is that of the Ten of Pentacles. And this speaks to me of that same situation. The challenge is going to be the need to know where this is going. The need to know that the other person feels the same way. It's going to be the need to gain stability and not allow yourself to kind of, empower that Fool energy where you just kind of dive in. I think, Aries, you've been through too much to come back into any love cycle as the Fool, ready to just take a blind leap of faith. I think there's too much ascension, there's too much growth for you to just leap into things. So emotions meet logic, meet determination, meet reliability. Is this reliable? Can I trust this? It's very easy to slip into a negative thought process that way. So it's really not even a warning, because I feel as though you're going to catch this as soon as you start doing it. You're going to pull yourself back in. That's how good I feel about your energy, that you're going to catch it right away and you're going to pull it back in. Anytime you feel a doubt creep through you, you're going to ground yourself. You're going to be in the moment. You're going to live in the moment. And it doesn't matter if this is going to last forever. It doesn't matter if this person's going to keep all their promises. What matters is how you feel in the moment. The rest is simply going to come, and you have to let it unfold organically. Underneath that 10 of Pentacles is the white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. If you spend too much time in that energy of doubt and worry, if you're not being your full and authentic self, if you're not changing, this could represent patterns that you had from old relationships where you kind of held back. Maybe you wanted more, or that you deserved more, but you didn't say anything. And so you took on an energy of just allowing yourself to conform to what the other person needed you to be. I don't know why that sounds like a very specific message. Now this is a chance for you to start all over, to set this up in the right terms, to understand, which also represents that shadow work that we've been doing, right? And that comes out under this oracle card of why. This is what I mean about catching ourselves. If you're wondering why this person hasn't texted you, and you start to create all of these stories in your mind, the only one it's going to hurt is you. You need to question your motives this month. You need to question a lot of the things that you do in relationships as you're starting what looks to be a new venture, a new relationship, a new beginning in some way. You have to start questioning your motives and your beliefs, and how does it fit the person that you are now? If you had to be a certain way in relationships in the past, you get to leave that behind now. You get to represent you as a person that you are at this time, the person you've grown into. You don't have to dim your light for anybody. You don't have to change. You don't have to have all your needs met either. Community card right next to why. You don't want to be too stubborn. There's something about allowing this to unfold, maybe opening yourself to different ideas, different cultures. Maybe this person is different from you in a lot of ways, and you may want to go a traditional route or a certain pathway that you have seen for yourself, and all of a sudden, because this connection is so powerful, you start to question all of those things. All of the conditions you needed to be met in the past, they start to not matter. because you like the way you feel in this moment with this person. And it's safe. And so this is when you begin to see it's safe to break down those walls. It's safe to take down those conditions. It's safe to allow your heart to open. Your advice from Spirit is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is that manifestation. Your ships are coming in, the answer to your prayers, the thing you've always wanted. It is here. But it's time for you to direct your energy the right way. Full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. With this comes a lot of great passion. With this journey you're about to embark on comes a lot of opportunity, a lot of growth, a lot of passion. It's just a lot of passion. And there's love as well. 36, come to the edge. It may not be easy. It may really make you feel like you are out of your comfort zone, Aries. It might make you feel like you're no longer in control. It may be a reminder that something much bigger is at play here. Are you going to trust the universe? Are you going to trust this gift that you're being given? Are you going to allow this into your life? Because by the end of the month, the opportunity is truly there, and it's going to come in fast. And it's going to change everything. And so are you ready? Use this time in Aries. Use this time in August to clear out the self-doubts, to focus on the positive, to be in the moment, to check your motives. It's too many words at once, too many messages. Use this time wisely, because right now you're getting ready to be ready to be ready. Now is that momentum. You launched, if you're an Abraham listener, you launched that rocket of desire, and you're starting to see it come to fruition. You have to believe in it. You have to be in the moment. You have to allow yourself to feel it. And it's going to be scary, but it's going to be really fulfilling. And you don't need all the answers now. High Priestess, you don't need all the answers. It may seem crazy. It might seem spur of the moment. It might seem really fast or really out of character for you. But it's exactly what the universe wants you to have at this time. It's exactly what you are meant to experience at this time. And that's all that matters. Your final oracle month. Oh my Lord. Your final oracle card. Your reading has left me speechless. I don't know. Maybe. Whew. Okay. I choose to learn through love. You can't protect yourself. You can't protect yourself and keep those walls up and wonder why you can't experience real love. So here it is, Aries. I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a beautiful August, and I am looking really forward to your September reading. I'll see you soon. Take care.